Hello and welcome back to the course on Tableau. In the previous tutorial, we looked at action filters in dashboards, and today we will look at how we can apply highlighting to dashboards, and also we will discuss why highlighting is actually different to filtering. So let's get straight to it. Here we've got the dashboard that we were using last time, and still we've got the filter on. The action filter is still applied, so when we click on different states, as you can see, the scatter plot is adjusting automatically to just show the customers that reside in that specific state. So now what we will do is we will go to dashboard actions and we will remove this action that we created. So we just click remove, okay, and now if we select the different states, nothing happens to the scatter plot. Now the goal today is we want, instead of filtering this scatter plot, we actually want to see the customers highlighted. So we want all of the dots to remain, but only the relevant dots to stand out so that we know how they compare to the rest of the customers on the scatter plot. And so the first thing that you might want to do is you go to dashboard actions and you go to add action and you click highlight. And here, naturally, you select map of Europe, select, and the target sheets are customer scatter plot, map of Europe, and pretty much the same thing as we did with filtering. You click OK, and then you click on a state and nothing happens. And then you click another state, nothing happens, and so on. So how come did filtering work, but highlighting doesn't work? What is the difference? And this is an important point which a lot of people kind of don't, disregard basically. They don't see the difference and therefore sometimes can fall into this trap, assuming that highlighting works just as filtering, but it doesn't filter the worksheet, it actually just highlights the values. In reality, it's not as simple as that. There's one main difference between the two, and that is that filtering actually filters your data set and therefore allows you to reconstruct the scatter plot. So when I have filtering on and I select this state, what happens in the background is Tableau selects all the rows of the data that are relevant to this state in France, which is Ile-de-France, and it only leaves them. And then it removes all the rest of the rows in our data set that have nothing to do with Ile-de-France. And so then the scatter plot is only working with the Ile-de-France rows, and it is able to create a scatter plot based on that information. Now, what happens with highlighting is that the data set is actually not filtered. So that process is not running in the background. You're not deleting any or temporarily deleting any rows from the data set. What you're asking the dashboard to do is plot everything and at the same time highlight the customers that are relevant or related to Ile-de-France. And that is where the problem occurs. And why is that? Well, that is because some of our customers in our data set are actually from many different regions. So there are customers that are ordering products both in France and in the UK and so on. So one customer in this particular data set is not attached to one particular state or even country. If you look through the data set, you will find cases when customers are in different states, countries, and even cities, states, and even countries. So let's have a look at that quickly. So here's our data set. Let's quickly add a filter. So data, filter, and order the data by the customer name. So here you can see that right away, Aaron, for instance, has ordered from Italy, from the UK, from Germany, from Netherlands, from France. And then let's say Adam here has ordered from Italy, UK, France, and so on. So there are multiple customers that have ordered from multiple different regions. And that is what is confusing our highlighting. So when we ask the dashboard to highlight everybody who has ordered from France, it cannot just highlight, for instance, if we go look at Aaron, should Tableau highlight Aaron or should Tableau not highlight Aaron? He has ordered from France, but in that case, if Tableau does highlight Aaron in this in the scatter plot, what will happen is that we will see his total profits. So here you can see that we've got profits listed, sales, and the profit margin. This is Max Ludwig, but for Aaron it'll be the same thing. What will happen is we will see the profit, the sales, and the profit margin for all of his orders that he did from all of the regions. And that is because, once again, our data is not going to be filtered. So the rows not relevant to Ile-de-France are not going to be removed from the data. They're still going to be in the scatter plot. And that is confusing Tableau. So how can we highlight Aaron with his two French orders, or maybe, there was two. So this is Aaron, and he's made two orders from France. But at the same time, he's had a lot of orders from other places. So if we highlight him, then we will be giving the user the wrong information. We will be telling him that Aaron's made this many orders altogether, but in reality, only two of them are from France. So that's why Tableau chooses not to highlight Aaron at all, in order not to mislead the user. So what we can do in this case is we can actually change the granularity of our scatter plot in order to include the state, and that way Tableau will be able to easily operate at that level. So let's go to the customer scatter plot. You can simply go to the worksheet here, or you can click this button over here which says go to worksheet, or you can click this button over here which also says go to worksheet. So once we're at the worksheet for the customer scatter plot, what we're going to do is we're going to change the granularity of the data. Right now, if you look at the bottom, there's 617 marks. Now what we're going to add is the state. So we'll just drag state into detail, and right away you can see there's more marks. In fact, if we go down here, now there is 1067 marks, and that is because customers can be duplicated here if they are present in multiple states. So now, when we go back to the dashboard, we can see that once again there's more data here. But also when we click, you can see that Tableau is easily highlighting the right data points here, because it knows that it needs to highlight all of the customers that purchased from this region, or that made their orders from this region. And if they are customers that had orders from multiple regions, it will only take those data points that are relevant for those customers for these regions. And so now Tableau is doing a great job in highlighting. If we go to dashboard and we go to actions, highlight, and we click edit, you will see here that you can actually select the target highlighting, and you can select the different fields. So in this case, we want what is happening is Tableau is highlighting by state. So if we click OK, that will basically be the same result as what we saw just now. Probably one more thing is that you can adjust this highlighting. So you can specify the rules here. So you can say don't highlight by state, but highlight by country. And that way, wherever you click in the country, it will be highlighting the same customers. That once again is misleading, because the user is thinking that it's highlighting, the Tableau is highlighting the specific state. Although the states are all highlighted on this part of the map, but I would probably stay away from that. You do have that level of control. In my case, I'm just going to keep it on all fields. So there you go. That's how highlighting works, and that's how it is different to to filters in Tableau, action filters in Tableau. So be careful of that. Action filters, just to recap, action filters work at the data level. They filter out the data, and then that data is supplied to the rest of the worksheets in your in your Tableau dashboard. Whereas filters or highlighting, they don't. Highlighting does not take rows out of the data, and therefore it is still working the whole data set. And so you have to be careful with the level of granularity of your different worksheets in your dashboard. So there you go. That is how highlighting works in Tableau. I look forward to seeing you next time, and until then, happy analyzing.